Hey guys, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. We are in the kidding stall with Barely. We're only about probably less than 24 hours since Talia had her mini La Mancha baby yesterday. And Barely is having some pretty good contractions. This is actually Barely's third freshen with us. We bought her with her mom, Rory, when she was just a couple weeks old. So she's been here pretty much her whole life. And she's had all of her kiddings here with us. And unfortunately, her last two kiddings, her only two kiddings that she's had before this, she's needed some pretty serious help with some tangled up babies. There's a theory that maybe she has an oddly shaped uterus, so there's a really good chance that I'll have to help untangle babies. So because she's used to that, she's got some memories that she doesn't love, and she's being a little bit skittish, which is not normal for Barely. She doesn't really want me to touch her, so I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm not gonna help her unless I have to, but I really like to be here for births because sometimes they do need help, and Barely has a history of needing help. Oh goodness. So, as happens with Barely, she got to a certain point and then kind of stalled. So I did a really shallow internal check, and she seems perfectly dilated, but there may be more than one baby trying to come out at once. So I'm gonna go a little bit further and see if we can help rearrange things. Are you ready? She's ready. She is. Hold on. Don't get it yucky. I know, you can't get it yucky. I know. Let's see what that is. A rib cage. Yep. It's a rib cage. That will not do. Absolutely what that is. Okay. Definitely a rib cage presenting. Okay. More lube. The baby's all wrong. It's all wrong. Hold on. Good girl. Breach. We're gonna bring this baby out, Breach. I'm gonna carefully move the back feet facing outwards, but I don't want to drag the hooves through her uterus. So I've got to be very careful and move slow, but we got it. We got it, boo. Good girl. Good girl. You ready? Yep. You ready? We got it. You do stuff now. It's gonna come backwards, mommy. Okay? Yep. We gotta get it out, mama. There we go. Good girl.
Oh, it's kind of like Ricky.
It's bigger than Ricky. That's really? For sure. Yes. That's probably how big Ricky is right now. Maybe. Okay. You're all right, baby. You're all right.
It's so crazy.
That's a pulled baby. Oh, very good, boo.
she is gonna have 4. How tiny that
I
little
know.
one is.
I believe it too. Look at her. This one she might get on her own. Pushing. Good girl. That might be a face only. Hang on. I think that's a face only. Barely has delivered head only babies before. It really depends on their size, the kid's size and the mama's pelvis size, if it's gonna work out well. Because I've already been in there, I'm just gonna go in again and make sure that this baby can come out okay too, if my glove will work with me. Good girl. All right. There's definitely lots of babies. Okay. Good girl, you lay down. Okay. I've got one hoof and this baby's upside down. So Tempest was delivered this way last year. Well, she tried to be delivered this way last year. I just spin her around. There we go. Good job, baby. You did it. Good job. Good job, baby. Good job. Keep pushing. Make sure that face is following us. Yep. Good girl. I'm just holding the baby's leg. Got one leg in the face, facing the correct way with the jaw down towards the udder. I'm just gonna wait for her to push. I know, you're chock full of babies. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, you got it. Good girl. Good girl, Barely. You did it. You did it.
Now that one might, I see it looks like it.
That's a big old, there's spots on this one. Oh, look at the spots on her face. This is the strangest angle I think I've ever filmed a birth, but I can tell you just from being in there that there's at least one more baby. This one's a really gorgeous moon-spotted doe.
She's making noise.
What a pretty girl.
So cute.
There's gonna think she is. For sure.
She might have 4.
There's at least one more. For sure. There's at least one more. It's super hard to be chill in a situation like this. The reason that I'm so chill right now is that I completely expected this. I spent 5 months of her pregnancy preparing for her to deliver this way, so it's okay. Like I mentioned before, I don't know why she delivers this way. I kept the only other daughter that she's had previously in order to see if maybe this tendency to not be able to position babies properly for birth, if that's genetic. And Tempest had no issues. Tempest is her girl from last year. She had no issues delivering her babies perfectly fine. So I'm gonna give her a little bit of a break for now, let her dry off these two, and then she's definitely got another one. So she might be able to push that one out on her own, but sometimes when you have to go in there a lot, you kind of have to go back in and retrieve all the other kids. There's at least one more in there. Get up here. Thank you. Not the camera. She's under you. You do this one, okay? You do it. Oh, there's a foot right here. Let's see what's behind it. Hang on, Mama. A shoulder blade. This one's weird too. I know. I know. I'm so sorry. We gotta push it back. Okay. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. You got the head. You've got the head in the cow. I know. You gotta push some more, Mama. Make sure the head is straight. Hang on. Where's your head? Nope. All right, this one's gonna be difficult. It keeps bending its head down. Okay. I know. Okay. Come here. Okay. All right, you're gonna have to push, Mama. I need to hold its head in the right way. Good girl. Good girl. That's right. Good girl. Its head is right. You need to push though. If it's gonna scoot back. Push, Mama. Come on, baby. You gotta push it out. Oh, I lost it. Okay. Its head is still in the canal. We're gonna pull. Come on, Mama. Good girl. There it is. You got it. You got it. Good girl. Good girl. There we are. Good girl.
Oh, that was cute.
That's a little one. Pretty. Where are you going? Come here. There is something hard in there. Oh, there's another one. Hold on. There is something hard in there. Gracious. Don't fall on my foot. Hang on. That might be placenta. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's placenta. Okay. All right, we didn't want to leave anyone behind. Yeah. Good girl. There's no more. There's no more. I lied. Okay? I lied. Okie dokie. So there's nothing else in there. I did go back in and check. She's just got placenta left. She's never had an issue passing her own placenta in the past, so I'm not worried about that. But I am a little bit worried because the first baby came out quite a while ago, and she's cleaning them off. They're all standing and active. However, they are having a hard time getting attached to her teat. She's very short legs, and they're, you know, very long legs considering. And I want to make sure that they get a good start. So I am going to push this multi-species colostrum gel into each one of them. It's going to buy them some time to really find the teat and get latched and not risk some of the complications that can happen if babies don't get colostrum within about the first hour. Okay, come here, little boy. Come here, little boy. Little boy, number 1. He's definitely the tiniest, which you don't normally see with bucklings. Hello. Come here. Let me see your face. I know. Good job. Yum. He's cute. I think he's cold. Yes, you love him. I love him too. Adorable. This is number 2, a doeling, gold eyes. I think she's horned. Can't really tell right now. I'll have to wait till she gets dried off, but she's got a million moon spots. It's really hard to see in the dark, but we'll look at her again in the morning. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Number 3, another little doeling. She's got a real pretty face. See her? You need a little bit too. Let's give you some just for good measure. Pretty sure she's polled. It's hard to tell when they're wet. I'm not hurting her. I'm not hurting her. I'm not hurting her. Okay. We're just buying them some time to find your teat. Okay, it's right there. Yeah. It's right there. Right here. Yep. There you go. Attaboy. Attaboy. Good. You guys all in a cuddle puddle down there? Can I come see? Good morning. Look at all those little polled heads. All 3 of them are polled. Oh. He's so cute. This is the little buckling, number 1. He is chamoisé. See his black underside here? And we haven't seen very many chamoisé kids. This is probably the 3rd one. Tallulah, one that we kept out of Margie. She's a broken chamoisé too. Look, I just love it. He looks blue-eyed and polled, so it'd be great if he could go be someone's herd sire. That's for sure. You're the full package. Baby number 2 here, she is the biggest out of the whole bunch. She has lots of really cute moon spots. Look at the one on her face. Oh, I know. Oh, squirmy. This one's got gold eyes. I love it when the gold eyes kind of match their hair. Look at the spots. She reminds me of Titus. Yeah, which makes sense. He's your half brother. You're a beautiful little doeling, aren't you? Also polled. No. And then we've got another blue-eyed polled beauty here. Number 3 is also a doeling, and I don't think she has any moon spots, but she's really pretty gray on her underside here. Oh, I think the boy is the smallest for sure. Cute girl. You're so cute. Yes. Everyone's polled. It's crazy. We've had a lot of polled kids this year. We have. So they've clearly figured out how Mama's udder works, which is good. She's got really short legs. She doesn't particularly have super long teats or a low-hanging udder or anything. She's just a really short Nigerian, which is one of the reasons that she's not my favorite mama to milk. However, the combination of Barely and Havoc, the sire of these babies, makes a really stellar animal. I've got to run some numbers because I know I want to retain at least one doe out of Barely because of how amazing Tempest is. And Tempest is Barely and Havoc's doe from last year. She has my absolute favorite Nigerian udder in the whole herd, and I need some more of that in my life. Plus, these guys are registered. Of course, I really love the little moon spotted doe. I have such a heart for color in my herd, but one of the things that I'm very intentionally working on this season is pest resistance in my herd. So in order to learn how worm resistant these kids are, they kind of need to live on farm for a little while, and then I can make educated decisions after going through a season with them on who to cull and who to keep. The udders and things, they matter a lot, absolutely, but a nice udder and a high milk capacity doesn't work well for me if I can't keep the milk because I'm constantly pumping dewormers into their body, which I do not want to do. The reason that I'm a little bit hesitant on just go ahead and keeping both is I do have my mini La Mancha herd that I'm working on. We're absolutely keeping Miss Breezy, and we'll give a little look at her in just a minute. But I need to make sure that I'm going to be able to not overload my barn and my pastures with all of the retentions. So it probably will work out. Like I said, I just need to do it on paper, but I need to make sure that I'm not overfilling the barn with more than 30, and the pasture can also only hold around 30. And I haven't been counting our meat goats into that equation. We have been holding back a few goats for meat for our family. It's really just who's gonna be here essentially year round. Hello, hello. Where's my little toasted marshmallow? Hi. Hi, crazy girl. Hi, crazy girl. Breezy is definitely getting bigger, even in just, what, 36 hours of being alive. She's a dense little girl. So cute. So yes, my mini La Manchas really are my main focus right now, but I will be using Nigerians for fall and winter milk. And if I can get the best quality udders and everything for that program, that would be awesome. So it would not be out of the possibility for me to keep a doe out of Barely and then eventually sell Barely. Here's my problem selling Barely, is Barely 3 for 3 now has needed very intense assistance with each birth, and it's really hard to put that on somebody else. Obviously, I'm transparent about that, and I actually did try to sell Barely with her mom, Rory, this past winter, and I told the woman, I said, listen, you can have her as a bred doe for $600, which it's a deal considering what she birthed for sure. I said, however, she's gonna need help in delivery, and I was right. She needed help in delivery, and the buyer was not interested in that. I don't really blame them. The reason I might just keep Barely on is because I know I can help her. I know what she needs, and I know I can help her, and I don't know if that would be the case anywhere else that she would go. So one little Nigerian in the herd that is my problem child really isn't a huge deal. I think we've all got one that maybe should go but can't for one reason or another. So even though she's not my favorite to milk, she's not my favorite to birth, I think it's in her best interest to either go to a pet-only family or just to stay here with me. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. We are. Girl's soaking up the sun. Good morning. So, no secrets here. Elpis is due really soon, and if this is what her udder looks like now, it's gonna be crazy to see her udder when it fully pops, when she goes to have her babies. She's due May 12th, so just 10 days away. And then, of course, Calamity. Our Miss Calamity is due May 13th. Hi, Mars. Good morning. So this was a hard one. It's one that I expected. It's a lot harder when something like that catches you off guard and you're not expecting it. So it's my advice to everyone to expect the worst and hope for the best. That's for sure, in everything. And one way that you can prepare for the worst is just to be educated on what can happen and what to do. So my favorite book, I'm going to post a picture of it here, and I'll post a link for it in the description box below. This book has taught me so much. There's visuals on the inside that show you different possibilities for kidding presentations, how to correct them, how to check for dilation if you feel like you need to do that. That has been a super valuable resource and has given me a lot of confidence, as well as watching videos like this. Seeing other people do the hard thing has been super beneficial to me. So I hope this video was just as beneficial to you.